The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 3rd, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be a pioneer of our future versus a prisoner of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, and you should be, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. So we begin our day with just a slightly mixed bag. The mix is coming from the NASDAQ 100. That is down 32 points. Otherwise, U.S. indices are to the upside, 222 for the Dow, 10 points for the S&P, 28 for the Russell, 232 points for the transports, 38 for the semis. NASDAQ Composite just went slightly negative out there. New York Stock Exchange up 91 points. Gold is trading out at $42.48. That's up 28 bucks. Silver is trading out at $59.04, up 34 cents. Crude oil up 87 pennies. Natural gas up 15 cents. Copper, a big move there, 3% up 16 pennies as well. 30-year Treasury and the 10-year note basically flat out there. You got the chart here for Apple up on my screen. Made a new all-time high earlier this morning. On a daily time frame, this looks like this will form a TD9 count top between today and Friday. What we need to see tomorrow is a close above the close of bar number 5. So if you just jot this down in your pad of paper, if Apple closes above 278.85 tomorrow, it'll have a TD9 count top. That'll be confirmed, and that top will complete on Friday. That would suggest that price pulls back to test support. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, you can also see this week will become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. That is unless we get some kind of massive sell-off. And again, price would have to close above the close of bar number 5. Well, I'm going to give you that figure, at least at this moment in time. And now that pattern will not go ahead and complete until next week out there. So looks like Apple's getting ready to top. Now, the last time we had a TD9 count top on a weekly time frame for Apple, we can see it on my screen, we basically had a 1-week pullback. Now that we had a 1-week pullback, price was testing the top of a new profile that had formed. Price was above its green oscillator change line. Again, those are all bullish conditions out there. So the first price target now on a weekly time frame, the oscillator change line is below the top of its profile. So the top of the profile becomes that next target, 277.32. Should in fact Apple pull back, but again, that pattern does not complete on a weekly time frame till next week. So we'll keep our eye on the daily time frame for that early warning signal. On a daily time frame, Apple ought to pull back, test the oscillator change line. Currently printed at 282 and change out there, and below that we'd be looking at the 276.70 level. Again, tying into basically the weekly at 277.32. Monthly chart says when you guys are done with your little hissy fit out there, let's get ready to roll. It's got a TD9 count top that was negated. That was one that formed in December of 2024. 977,000 shares traded then. It was passed with 1 billion shares. So that's a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside on the monthly time frame. Let's open that puppy up and see what we're looking at out here. So you can start the A to B equals CD so many different places. Let's just do the conservative one out here. The conservative one says we start with the low from January of 2023. So that's our A point. We're going to just simply get our line tool, go from that low to the TD9 count top and Rhodes Momentum Indicator top back in December of 2024. Now what we're going to do is do that copy. then a pace, and now we're going to assemble. And that makes each of us a CPA out there, and that is a beautiful thing. The CPA in us says that Apple's got a price target, initial price target, 1-to-1 of 303.69. That's been confirmed with volume out there. So it's just really about the daily and weekly. They'll do a short to intermediate term retracement, and then Apple should continue to move to the upside out there. What else do we want to look at? Let's take a look at the equity future contracts. The equity future contracts, all four of them, trade above profile resistance and their green oscillator and change lines. You know the rule here that says we got a bullish mode. Now, what we haven't seen is we haven't seen the ES Mini either take out and test yesterday's high or yesterday's low. So we're kind of an inside bar. At least in the NQ, we have taken out yesterday's high out there. So that's a bullish signal. The same is true for the Dow equity future contract and for the Russell. So it's just the ES that's a little bit stubborn out there. But this is all suggesting, the daily charts out here suggesting that we should see a further rally in the equity future contracts. Now let's go take a look at the intraday charts. And on an intraday basis, we'll begin with the ES Mini. The ES Mini, its little booger, if you will, its area of resistance, and it's been the area of resistance for a couple of days out here, is a Rhodes momentum indicator top. And that's where price needs to close above. I'm trying to open up the screen. There we go. It's right here. So the Rhodes momentum indicator top forms at 2,200 hours. That was on November 30th. That high is the key level of resistance, or a key level of resistance. That's being 68.6450. If we close above that, we're headed higher. All we've really seen here lately is prices trade with inside its profile. There was a big Nike swoosh to the downside at about 9:15 this morning. All that was doing was testing its buy zone between 68.16 and 68.25. So just a consolidation really between 68.16 and 68.55 right now. If price can take out that Rhodes momentum indicator top, that wave number 7 top out there, it's got the next level of resistance would be back here, 6 o'clock in the morning, back on November 12th. There was a TD9 count top, and that range is between 68.89.75 and 6,950. 6,950 being the key level that would also need to be taken out if price were to rally. Again, to the downside, 68.16 is your level of support on the ES Mini. As far as other things to look at here, really not much. So let's go see if there's anything worth looking at inside the NQ charts out there. Let's get those up on our screen. This will take just a moment of time to get that done. And so on the 5-hour time frame for the NQ, you've got a TD9 count top. That TD9 count top says it needs a close above 25,678.25. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top, 25,678.25. So that's the key level of resistance out there. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top also on the 2-hour time frame chart. We've got one on the 60-minute time frame chart. 30-minute time frame chart. So the NQ is struggling, but hasn't bottomed yet for the day. Don't know the answer to that question. I would say the key level of support to be watching here throughout the day, 25,430. That is the 4-hour bottom of its profile, 25,430. That has acted as support. It's the only thing that I see as to the reason why price stopped where it did. So that's what we'll go with. 25,430, 80 to the downside is what you're watching. And again, to the upside, it's going to be that 25,678.25 level. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We come back to this break. We'll start taking a look at the request BHC, the MAG 7, MAGS at ETF, Ford, and CFLT. We'd love to hear from you as well. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got the charts for the Russell 2000 equity future contract on my screen. The next key significant level of resistance is a Rhodes momentum indicator top that formed on the 5-hour time frame. Did that at 1:15 in the afternoon. The key level here is let me get that for you. That's what I was really trying to grab, which is 25.0810. So close above 25.0810 says that we continue the rally to the upside. There is a 10-minute TD9 count top that formed just as we were going into that breakout there. So on a short-term basis, the number to be watching is 24.9880. But you rely back on that 5-hour time frame chart for the more significant number to be watching if you are trading the Russell 2000. Real quickly, before we get to the requests, first couple of requests that have come in, let's take a look at New York Stock Exchange, its advanced client oscillator. We can see it still remains above the zero threshold level and is rising, so you got positive market breadth today. It's a bullish signal for the S&P 500. If we take a look at the spot VIX index trading below its 50-day exponential moving average, that is a bullish signal for the spot VIX index. So buyers have the edge in the markets as we speak at 11:19 in the morning. Let's go ahead and close this up, and let's go take a look at our first request coming in from Hector and Patty. And Hector and Patty want to take a look at ticker symbol BHC. If you want to fire that up on your screens, they're really looking at the longer-term time frame out here. We'll look at all 3 time frames, meaning daily, weekly, and monthly. You'll see that I've drawn in Hector and Patty on the monthly time frame and the daily time frame a consolidation pattern, and that is really what BHC is trading in. It's been trading in this consolidation, I'd say. It started right around July of 2022 out there. So the bottom in essence has been established. That low or the bottom, right around the $4 even Steven mark. To the upside, the top of the consolidation, I'd say really the trading session, the high at 1080 from back on March of 2024. So we've got, a couple touch points at the top, couple touch points at the bottom. We're trading with inside that consolidation. Now, on a longer term basis, on a monthly basis, what price is doing. It's trading inside a bullish structured profile with inside the consolidation out there. Because we're trading above the center of that profile, it ought to make its way up to 996. But I could have said that during the month of August of 2025. I could have said that during the month of September 2025. I could have said it in October. I could have said, see, I could have been saying that. I would have been saying that if I'd pulled up BHC. But for some reason, it's struggling to get up there. I don't know what that reason is. I do see a trend line that you could draw in here, Hector. We'll just take from the high in April of 2024 out there. So you can see you've also got trend line to deal with. So maybe from the longer term standpoint, trying to get a gauge for what BHC is communicating to you, draw in that trend line and watch that. Should price be able to get to that trend line or above it? Well, the monthly or the weekly time frame says absolutely. Why does it say absolutely? Well, it says absolutely 11:21 on Wednesday because price trade above profile resistance at 667. Where's it traded on Friday? That I do not know. But it's a good indication trade above a profile resistance. Now, the oscillator and change line there is red, not as strong as a green one. If you look at the daily time frame, it just changed from red to green. The next test of that oscillator and change line, if it's a test rejection, would actually be a buy point. The daily time frame is also trading in a consolidation. There's no A to B equals CD patterns or anything along those lines. You do have some nice volume. As an example, price trading up into that top of the consolidation just a few days ago on December 1st. Volume there about 7.3 million shares when it was making the top of that consolidation, only 3.2 back on October 31st of 2025 out there. What the weekly time frame's got a nice volume bar out here. This is volume bar from August of 15, 61 million shares to the upside out there. But today so far, or this week so far, not halfway through the week, we're at 11 million shares. So, we're not going to have that kind of volume. I don't think that we're going to have that kind of volume, 61 million shares out there. But a trade above resistance should rally. Daily's trade above resistance, well, maybe, but it's also rejected the top of the consolidation. So I'd start watching the lows out here. Are we going to see a series of lower lows and lower highs? Right now, it's just 2 days, or really 3 days. We have a series of lower highs, that is for sure. So I hope that helps you out, Hector and Patty. Long-term consolidation at this moment in time. Let's go take a look at the MAG 7 out here. I apologize, I did not write down the name of the individual making that request. It came by email, and I can't find that email. But here's we take a look at the MAG 7. Daily time frame shows that, well, first, let's take a look at what it's done. On a daily time frame, forms a Rhodes momentum indicator top the bar following bar number 9 on October 29th. Then makes a beeline all the way back to its breakout level at 63.09. Actually closed slightly below it back on the trade day of November 20th, and the very next day we're back above that level. So that is your key level of support out there on the MAG 7, 63.09. Price now is trading above profile resistance and its green oscillator and change line. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you know the game plan. It should trade higher. Now on a daily time frame, today's bar number 7. If we assume that it's going to trade higher, we could form a TD9 count top by week's end out there. So maybe we'll come back and we'll take a look at this on Thursday, Friday. That'd be tomorrow or Friday out there. That'd be 8, 9. It would be Monday when the pattern could complete out there. The weekly for the MAG 7 has that Rhodes momentum indicator top. That formed about 5 weeks ago, and we can see the price pulled back into its bullish structured profile, which for the MAG 7 was between 63.25 and 64.56. That level held. Now we are taking on, we're trading above the top of its profile, bullish. So again, the daily should move higher, and it's dealing with its green oscillator and change line, 66.96. We're trading at 66.91. Close above 66.96. We get back to its highs out there, and the monthly no topping pattern. Yeah, no topping pattern. Just trading with inside its bearish structured profile. A sell zone on a monthly basis between 64.57 and 69.14. Support being 55.42 out there. That is what's going on with the MAG 7. We already took a look at Apple. We took a look at its weekly and its daily TD9 count topping signals that are present. Let's go take a look at Ford. This is for Dunk and Steve inside the Tiger's Den. Ford right now is trading out Dunk at the price point of $13.08. Is consolidating with inside his profiles daily, weekly, and monthly. That daily profile is bullish in structure, buy zone 1272, 1283, resistance, which has been tested rejected twice at 1328. Weekly time frame. Weekly time frame trading between its buy zone it has a buy zone between 1160 and 1187. A resistance at 1371. As long as it holds its green oscillator and change line, which is 1298, we might see a rally back up to 1371. Ford on a monthly time frame trading into the sell zone of its monthly profile between 1263 and 1350 out there. So I don't see any kind of intraday. I don't see any kind of, well, I should maybe restate what I was going to state out here. First, you just have consolidations, daily, weekly, and monthly. To go back to a topping signal out here, you have to go to the daily TD9 count top. That's from October 24th. The volume on that bar was 298 million shares out there. Last time we tried to get up there was 61 million shares, but you're inside that bar at this stage here. So just a consolidation, Steve-O. Nothing more than that. No other clues that I see at this moment in time. You also want to take a look at CFLT. So let's pull its charts up on our screen, see what this is trading out at. CFLT, consolidate with inside its daily profile, a buy zone between 2186 and 2220. Your sellers are resisted at 2322. Monthly chart, trading with inside its profile. Buyers at 1734, sellers at 2583. Weekly time frame chart is trading above profile resistance. And that was at 1929. Trading above its red oscillator and change line, so may rally further. We know we've got resistance, though, at 2322 out there. And if you get above that, 2583. So the weekly time frame chart. Weekly time frame chart shows what? It shows a trend line. So let's go draw that in here.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. Sorry about talking through the break there. Occasionally I do that if I'm not paying attention to the clock, which I was not. So on that trend line, I drew in on the weekly time frame chart. The good news there, Steve-O, price is broken through that trend line. You still got the consolidation with inside daily, weekly, daily, monthly profile. And on the monthly time frame, I went ahead and drew in the consolidation pattern. So that's what it's been doing. It's just been consolidating sideways in between about 15 to 40 bucks, give or take out there. That's what we see with regard to CFLT. Hope that helps you out. You also wanted to take a look at the semiconductor index via SOXX, that ETF. So let's go pull those charts up on our screen out here. We got the SOXX. It's traded to the upside today, trading out at 304.84. Bar number 7. This is an indication that perhaps we're going to get a TD9 count top that forms between Thursday and Monday of next week. What we see out here is just simply a series of are pretty much higher lows out here, certainly higher highs. So no reason for the SOX not to continue to rally on its daily time frame. It is trading into a swing point that formed out here back on October the 29th. It's not all the way up there. In order to get there, that bottom of that swing point is at 306.97. Our high today, 306.24. Volume there, 4.5 million shares. Volume here, 1.7. 1.7 equates to about 4.5 million share day out there. So you're pushing towards that swing point with volume. It looks like to me, Steve-O, that's where SOXX wants to go, that swing point from October 29th. That is supported by the weekly time frame, which is trading above the top of its weekly profile on its green oscillator and change line. It's simply, after just having a 2-week pullback out here, it simply is bullish. Now, its swing point is from the week of October 31st, 23 million shares. We're not halfway through. We're at 10. So on a weekly basis, we're kind of coming in maybe similar-ish, maybe just slightly lighter. And the monthly time frame for the SOX is all out bullish. You would need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. So we're bullish on the daily. We're bullish on the weekly. We are bullish on the monthly time frame. And looks to me like the SOX want to continue to head higher. We'll have to pay attention to that TD9 count pattern that could be forming basically between Friday and Monday. But there's still work to do the upside in order for that to take place. So, Dunk, hope that helped you out. Thanks as always for your request. Last request that Stevie's got in, I'm going to need some help out there if you're listening in, is FXI. Of course, I need help for a lot of reasons. Let's take a look at FXI out here. This is for GTE. And GTE will start with the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame has a completed TD9 count top with price trading inside a bullish structured profile. Your resistance level is 42 bucks even Steven. Your support or buy area is between 33.04 and 35.60. But before price can get back to that 35.60 level, it has to contend with its oscillator and change line. The current print, today's print, the moment's print, 36.75. That number is going to go up and down, but it appears to me that is where price is targeted. That's on a longer term basis out there. Now, we have traded lower for 2 consecutive months out here, so it should bottom between this month or next month out there. That's on FXI. But look at the weekly time frame. We've got a TD9 count and Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price is trading below its green oscillator and change line, so it's lost some momentum for that time frame, but it's really been sideways-ish type action out there. If it does head lower, its price target, or where a counter trend move would come to an end, would be between 36.47 and 37.23. Is it going to move lower? Well, if it's going to move lower, I'd say the first thing that it needs to do is break through the bottom of its daily support level. New profile that formed last week. It's got support at 38.50, resistance all the way up at 40.30 out there. It's got a daily Rhodes momentum indicator top. So you got an FXI. FXI's got daily, weekly, and monthly tops out there. We're trading, I can see, descending trend lines out here. I say at this stage here, Well, intermediate and longer term, I think FXI wants lower price. I'd say that 35.60 is a likely price target out there. But before you get to that, even on the weekly basis, you'd have to bust through 36.65 out there. So I'd say be careful to the long side inside of FXI. That was for GTE. Now check the phone line, see if there's any other requests that have come in. If not, Stevie will find something for us to go take a look at that will assist us. There are no other requests that I see, so now let's go move over and take a look at how can Stevie be helpful? Steve, some bios on the most active list, Yahoo. Sure, we can go take a look at Jim Beam. Is that, I don't know what Beam is, BEAM. Let's go put that up here. Thank you, Dunk. You know, my other system, the black background system, I'd have all that data available to me, could easily go to something. But usually we get enough requests in here to take us through the end of the show. But what I was going to do, and we will do it, is go take a look. I don't know why this didn't pop up. Is go take a look at the daily charts for the indices out there, just to see what they're doing. But we'll try to get this chart here for BEAM up on our screen. There we go. Trade down at 26.20, trade above the top of its daily profile, 25.56 out there. It's forming an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. The B point has volume. It was from the day of November 28th out there, so we know that's going to be a light volume day. It had volume of 837,000 shares. Today we're at 896,000 shares. So you got A to B equals CD. Don't have to really draw that pattern in. I say price is going to go target 28.71, the TD9 count breakdown resistance level. On a weekly time frame, we have what? You have a sell the D point top that found support at profile support at 2058. We're traded above its oscillator and change line and the center of its profile. And last week's high, 29.10, is where it wants to head to. So we've got one request for 28.71, another for 29.10. And the third is 28.86. That is the top of the monthly profile. That is ticker symbol BEAM. Let's go see what NOVB is. What is NOVB? Not that I need to know. I'm just kind of curious. NOVB. While it's popping up on my screen there, hopefully it is the U.S. equity ETN. I got no clue what this is. First Trust Investor U.S. Equity Modified Buffer. Okay, so let's just see what this is doing out here. How about that? NOVB. Well, on a monthly time frame, it's consolidating with inside its profile. 2094 is support. 2466 is resistance. I don't have any kind of a... there's probably an A to B equal. I don't have any kind of topping pattern. Just a consolidation with inside his profile. For whatever reason, I'm not picking up anything on the weekly. That's weird. NUVB. There we go. Well, okay, so that's helpful. NUVB, no problem. Never mind. Can't never mind. Let's see what NUVB is. As long as we're doing this exercise, what is NUVB? That is not, what the heck, am I not typing properly? NUVB. We're going to give it one more shot out there. See if it comes up. And if not, yeah, it should be Nuvation Bio. Yeah, so it's got to come up, Steve-O. No, you didn't screw up. I screwed up. There we go. See, it was me, not you. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We were trying to take a look at NUVB before we went to that breakout there. NUVB is trading above the top of its daily profile. That's at 758. I don't see any kind of topping signal. It's taken on a swing point, daily swing point from November 26, 6.9 million shares that day so far, 2.5 million shares. So about a 7 million share day out there. So pushing volume nicely. The weekly time frame is going to go ahead and form a TD9 count top on Friday, complete that pattern next week. Monthly time frame has got no resistance out here. Price wants to, over time, get up to its breakdown level at 1045. So the daily says I'm on higher price. There's an A to B equals CD pattern. So if you were to get a bearish reversal candle, that would have a sell the D point top. So I'd be watching for any bearish reversal candle on the daily time frame for NUVP to identify a daily top, because the weekly is going to have a TD9 count, and then we should start seeing price pull back to test those different support levels: 758, 692, 659, and below that it would be 573. So that's NUVB, Duncan. Thanks always for your requests out there. We've got another one here from GT. Wants to take a look at emerging markets. EEM is the ticker symbol. Let's pull that ETF up on our screen. It should be doing pretty well because the dollar's kind of been getting hit as of late. And so it's just really trading sideways. You can see on the monthly time frame, though, it will complete a monthly TD9 count top at the end of this month. So the TD9 count top is already in place out there. That should end up over time taking price back to its oscillator and change line 5025 out there. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen this month. May happen next month. If we look at the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame does not have a topping pattern. Price is traded above the top of its weekly profile. That number is at 54.16. We're above it by 5 pennies out there. If price can remain above that, it ought to go target 54.97, its weekly oscillator and change line. And now we get to the daily time frame. The emerging markets formed a TD9 count top. It's led to an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. That was confirmed with a bullish reversal candle, a gap up, a rising window on November 26th, but price has been unable to take out its green oscillator oscillator and change line. So to the upside, you need price to take out. You need it to close above 54.44 or thereabouts. That is the oscillator and change line. Again, I teach people how to calculate that. Just go sign up for Mastery Probability, and you can do that for 29 days. You get a wealth of information out there. So that's what we see with regard to the EEM, GT. Thanks so much for your request out there. Dan wants to take a look at SPRO. So let's pull that set of charts up on our screen out here, see what that is trading out at. SPRO is trading out at $2.21 out here. So what do we got? We got the potential for an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Let's see here. We did close below the B point. So the B point had volume of 435,000 shares, closed below it yesterday with 500,000 shares. So there's your A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Let's draw in the A to B line. There we go. Let's copy this puppy. Let's paste this puppy. And let's move this thing over to the next highest high out there. So the A to B equals CD says price should get back to its breakout level, Dan. That is at $1.89. Before price get to $1.89, it's got to contend with the bottom of its weekly profile. And the weekly profile is at 211. Added today on SPRO. So the weekly time frame chart, a consolidation with inside its profile. It's looking to be like it wants to get to 211. So we got 189 and 211 in the cards potentially. The monthly time frame price is trading below the center of its bearish structured profile, so it adds to the weight or idea of a further move lower out there. Was that retracement? I'm seeing lower price, Dan. I see. Yeah, that's what I see out here. So I hope that information helps you out, at least those levels of support on the weekly time frame. That should be of help to you, and we'll just simply go from there. You also want to take a look at SLS. Let's see if I can come up with some better news for you on SLS out here. See what this is trading at. SLS right now firing off last trade at $1.43. So on this one, the monthly chart is useless, so we won't pay attention to that. The weekly chart shows that price is trading below profile support at $1.55. This has had a habit of trading below and then getting back above it. But trading below profile support. So volume-wise, the last time we were down here was 2 weeks ago at 17 million shares. This week so far we're at 8.6 million shares. So we're pushing into that swing point with similar type volume. One thing to consider. We have a negated TD9 count bottom on the daily time frame. That was negated yesterday. Price closed below the bottom of its bullish structured profile. That was at $1.42, but we're back above it by a penny right now. Dan, I'd say if we close below $1.41, this has got lower price written into it. I don't know that it's really an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. I don't know that. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. That looks like that does not look like a 0.382 retracement out there. So the daily is saying caution. Watch $1.42 or $1.41 really, and the weekly is saying, yeah, I actually want lower price out there. So that's what I see with regard to SLS. I hope that information helps you out. Certainly, that daily profile should assist with your decision making. Mohammed wants to take a look at Avgo Broadcom. So let's go ahead and pull that set of charts up on my screen out there. Broadcom right now trading out of the price point of $375.18. It's inside its daily profile. It has it's trading below its green oscillator and change line, so it's lost momentum. It's really a buy zone in essence on the daily time frame, Mohammed, between 367.40, which may be where it's really targeting, and 381.64. This will be day number 1, 2, 3. My bottom screen is incorrect. This is not the Seiko Mines we're looking at. So you've got 3 consecutive days of downside. I say you get at least another one out there, and I'd say 367 is a very likely target. The weekly time frame does not have a topping pattern. It negated Rhodes momentum indicator top last week. You've got an inside bar right now. An inside bar suggests that the trend that's in place will continue. That says to the upside. What price is doing here, and what you'd like to see it do, it's testing its oscillator and change line. line at 374.30. So Mohammed, watch that number. You want to see price trade remain above that on a weekly basis. If it doesn't, then watch 367.75. That's the top of its weekly profile out there. Those are key levels of support for you. And again, the monthly time frame has got no topping pattern out here. It's suggesting that it wants higher price out there. So it's really just the daily. That is the little booger, and maybe it gets down to 367.40, and then it starts to fire away to the upside. So that's what I would be watching there. You also had an interest in taking at Marvell. MRVL is a ticker symbol. I think they were out with earnings either last night or maybe it was the day before. Let's go find out what it's doing. I think it was last night, and we've got a gap to the upside. The gap to the upside, though, is bar number 7. Likely to move higher. No A to B equals CD pattern or anything like that. We're really above resistance out here. No reason for Marvell not to rally further. Where should it rally to? That's a great question. One of the first things that we see out here is we see wave number 7. That's letter G. That needs a lower high. That means it couldn't confirm until next Friday out there. It needs a lower high to confirm that top. We are trading above a prior swing point out here. That swing point from back in November 7th. Volume, 94 million shares then. Now we're at 87 million shares, and we're not even halfway through the week. You're pushing higher with volume. This wants to move higher. Move higher to where? Well, we come back from this break. Stevie ought to write in an A to B equals CD pattern, and we'll try to figure it out from there. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at Marvell, MRVL. This is from Mohammed. And so, Mohammed, there's really two different A to B equals CD patterns on the upside. If you look at the monthly time frame chart, you can see that price has attained the first one. Now, if it's on the monthly chart, it's also on the weekly, it's also on the daily. So that says what you're watching for in the daily time frame chart would be some type of bearish reversal candle. That would confirm a sell the D point top. Short of that, price should continue to move higher. If on Friday, price closed above 98.13, because we know it's got the volume, that will trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. The 1-to-1 price objective, 124.52. 121.81, the TD9 count breakdown resistance level. The TD9 count top itself is got their resistance up at 126.15 out there. So everything looks good. Watch for a daily bearish reversal candle and watch for 98.13. What happens if we don't close above 98.13 with the volume? Well, then you don't have an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. You've got that wave 7 signal, and if you have a lower high, that would confirm a top and suggest a retracement back towards 85.59. So that's both sides of the trade. Let's take the last minute that we've got out here and take a quick peek at the cash indices, see what they're doing out here. Are we trading above the oscillator and change lines? I believe the answer to that question, once these populate, is going to be a yes across the board. Are we trading above yesterday's high? Yes inside the Dow. No inside the S&P 500. No inside the NASDAQ. Yes on the Russell. No on the SOX. Yes on the transports. Not on the composite. And yes on the New York Stock Exchange. All this is looking like we should rally further. Conditions are ripe for a further rally, with price being above those oscillator and change line levels out there. The only topping signals that I see, for example, the transports are going to form bar number 8 today. That means they should form a TD9 count top by Friday out there. And the other indices, some of them, may go on to do the same. But we've got to see higher highs come tomorrow or Friday or even Monday in order for that pattern to come to fruition. Folks, stay tuned for all the great programming. I'll be back with you tomorrow at 11 a.m. sharp. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Take care and be safe out there.